me and Ken never lost touch.
But see, that's what makes me.
It was like
Don't cut me
happy
off.
birthday and stuff. You cut me off. It
Okay, maybe
it got less and less. Like when they first split.
You played a big
we
role in
talked.
their thing.
Well, you know, she needed to know the
I
real
think about certain things, like, it's funny looking there because, like, I've got texts from back in the day where I was actually texting Kristy, like, hey, Gypsy's been calling you for 2 weeks and you haven't been in touch with her. Like, what's the deal? You all right? And yet she's there for her, down. Wasn't there in prison that much. I had to friggin' reach out and be like, hey, Gypsy's tried to call you for 2 weeks. Where you been? So
we want to get someone to help her, you know, control her social media, because she's still learning. She has a couple of stalkers out there, I'm not gonna lie. Some that are quite disturbing. But as her being safe at home, I think she's gonna
Phone buzzes. Another headline, another revelation about Gypsy Rose Blanchard. But this time, it's not about her. It's about the woman behind the scenes. The one who has been pulling strings from the shadows all along. Kristy Blanchard, Gypsy's stepmother. For years, Kristy has crafted the narrative, kept herself out of the spotlight, and worked the system. But today, we're digging into the alleged manipulation, the rumors, and the cold, hard facts. Kristy's influence. It's everywhere, from Gypsy's marriage breakdown to meddling in her love life, from the financial control to those shady deals for Gypsy's TV shows and interviews. Was Kristy the caring stepmother she wants us to believe, or the ultimate perpetrator? Let's find out.
Is there any concern about her safety, and are you all doing anything to ensure that she's going to be okay in her newfound freedom, but also newfound fame?
Yeah, I mean, we want to get someone to help her, you know, control her social media, because she's still learning. She has a couple of stalkers out there, I'm not gonna lie. Some that are quite disturbing. But as her being safe at home, I think she's gonna be okay. If worse comes to worse, we'll hire someone for security. I'm just hoping that the creeps stay away from her.
Rumor has it Kristy wasn't just the supportive stepmom she appears to be today. She was also the reason Gypsy's dad, Rod, and her mom, Didi Blanchard, broke up. And get this, Kristy and Didi were allegedly friends back in the day. Yep, she's accused of swooping in, stealing Rod away and leaving Didi to her own twisted devices.
It's a hard pill to swallow.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna try not to carry any guilt from that.
Now, is there proof? Not exactly, but these rumors have been circling for years, casting a shadow over Kristy's whole role in Gypsy's life. Did this scandalous affair set the tone for all the manipulative, messy drama that would follow? It sure seems that way, but Kristy did not stop at breaking up marriages. When Gypsy was done with her ex-husband, Ryan Anderson, Kristy allegedly had another man in mind, Ken Acker, Gypsy's ex-fiancé. And let's be clear, this wasn't just a casual setup. Kristy openly admitted to getting Ken and Gypsy back together. She even told People magazine it was all my fault and that she would gladly take the blame. But why was she so invested? People are talking, and the theory is Kristy saw Ken as prime reality TV material. Drama equals views, and views equals money. Was Kristy more focused on keeping the cameras rolling than on helping Gypsy heal? It sure looks that way. And let's be real, Gypsy doesn't need another chaotic relationship for entertainment's sake. The Ryan Anderson sabotage, Kristy's alleged interference.
Gypsy's first true relationship was Ken, where she experienced struggles and experienced laughter and experienced heartache. When they did split, I was pissed. You know, you promised you would be there for her, and when the got real, you left. I loved Ken. Me and Ken still have a friendship, and I don't care if who likes it or not. When my kids break up with somebody, I don't break up with them. But you had told me that if he loved you enough, he needed to let you go so you could find yourself. That's what he told me he did.
So is that why he ended things with me?
Then there is Ryan Anderson, Gypsy's ex-husband. In interviews, Ryan hinted that someone was constantly pushing Ken back into Gypsy's life, even when they were married. And while he didn't name names, it's pretty clear who he's talking about. All signs point to Kristy, steering the pot and making sure that Gypsy's relationship with Ryan failed. Why? Well, if Gypsy stayed with Ryan, maybe she would have some stability. Something Kristy couldn't let happen. After all, a stable Gypsy isn't good for drama. And where's the fun and profit in that?
I'm not gonna lie, it was gonna be hard with her family hating on me so much. It was gonna be really hard. You know, like they were hard on me.
I'm just thinking about what you said about why she married Ryan. And I'm not gonna tell her no next time if I don't like it either. She's gotta make her own decision.
You're right. You're
I'm
right.
not carrying that.
But I know what you're right.
She
Exactly.
might be mad right now, living here. Oh, I should have married Ryan. If I crack down and act like this hard-ass daddy, you know, no, you gotta be home by 10 o'clock.
Right. We wouldn't have
Blah,
told her
blah,
that
blah,
though. We wouldn't have.
Speaking of control, let's talk about the money. Allegedly, Kristy's been playing the same game Diddy did, just with a different strategy. Instead of faking illness, Kristy is been cashing in on Gypsy's fame. She's been involved in negotiating deals for TV shows, interviews, books, you name it. Gypsy may be the star. Who's really getting paid here? Back in 2019, Gypsy herself accused Kristy of exploiting her. In an email, she wrote that she would share her life with people who exploit me for fame and attention. Sound familiar? It's giving major Diddy vibes. Only this time, instead of wheelchair cons and fake diagnoses, it's media deals and reality TV contracts. Physical abuse allegations. Did Kristy cross a line? Now, here's where things take a darker turn. According to reports, Kristy may not have just been controlling Gypsy's money and relationships. She might have crossed into physical abuse too. In a conversation with a YouTuber, Kristy allegedly admitted to hitting Gypsy during an argument. She casually mentioned knocking Gypsy upside the head, as if that's just a normal thing to do to someone you love. And that's not all. The emotional manipulation, allegedly it's worse. Sources claim Kristy treats Gypsy more like a pawn in her game than a person. She's been controlling Gypsy's public image, crafting this redemption story while keeping Gypsy under her thumb. Her siblings have apparently had enough of Kristy too. Publicly, Mia might support Gypsy, but behind the scenes, not so much. According to sources, Mia and the rest of the family are fed up with Kristy's antics. Her brother Dylan, completely done with the whole situation. The family dynamics are messy, and at the center of it all, you guessed it, Kristy.
Y'all have
Why
the
were
worst
you being split
communication.
up?
She don't know when to stop talking, and she keeps talking on and
In
on and on,
circles.
and don't even make sense sometimes. I'm like, what are you even trying to say?
Well, I'm just trying to make the whole
I
thing.
get, but do you see my whole point?
Yeah.
You don't like to like. You want to say. You
do
say
the-
I.
Yeah, because that's how I told
Okay.
you.
Kristy. The fake pregnancy. Is Kristy helping Gypsy pull another scam? Oh, and get ready for the wildest allegation yet. Gypsy's pregnancy might be a total scam. Yup, there's whispers that Gypsy isn't even pregnant, and that the whole baby storyline was cooked up by Kristy to drum up attention and secure another season of their reality TV show. According to some insiders, Gypsy has a history of faking miscarriages, and her erratic behavior has led family members to question whether this pregnancy is real at all. And if it's not, well, that's a whole new level of manipulation, with Kristy allegedly pulling the strings behind the scenes once again.
Following video is allegedly from Gypsy Rose Blanchard's first prenatal appointment.
It's confirmed. You are a daddy.
Oh my god.
They're going to do an ultrasound next time.
Now, these videos were provided by Zora, who is one of Gypsy Rose Blanchard's ex-best friends, who has recently started speaking out, I'll tag her down below. Zora is how we all found out that Gypsy was still in contact with inmates still incarcerated, because Zora is Amelia Bird's girlfriend and Amelia Bird is currently incarcerated. She also told us that she doesn't believe Ken is the actual father to Gypsy's baby, because back in April, Gypsy had allegedly sent these inmates pictures of positive pregnancy tests. And at the end of Gypsy Rose Life After Lockup, we heard Ryan Anderson say that Gypsy had sent him pictures of positive pregnancy tests the month prior.
Let's not forget Gypsy's legal issues. Allegedly, Gypsy's been in trouble with her parole officer at least 8 times, with violations ranging from staying too many nights at Ken's place to contacting inmates, and guess who's always there, trying to sweep the mess under the rug? Yep, Kristy. Instead of helping Gypsy stay on the straight and narrow, Kristy is more focused on keeping her in the spotlight. If Gypsy goes back to prison, that could put an end to all the deals, the attention, the fame, and Kristy can't let that happen. So, there you have it. Kristy Blanchard was seen as the supportive stepmother, now looking more like a mastermind behind the scenes. Whether she's meddling in Gypsy's relationships, exploiting her for money, or even controlling her narrative, the allegations paint a pretty clear picture.